William and Jeroen, are you ready? Nick is there as well.
Yes,
Yes.
I am.
Great. We first want to start off with the updates of the different departments, admin, operations, marketing, and communications. Glad to see you all here on this Friday afternoon. This is going to be an interesting AMA with all the new updates because we have working hard with all kinds of projects within Coorest, and yeah, happy to tell you all about it. So please, William, would you take the stage and kick off this AMA today?
Yes. As far as operations go, well, the last time we had an AMA, we bought the land in Spain. We did not have the deed ready, but we have that now. So the deed, it's all official. We got the keys of the land in Spain. We bought land in the United States to plant the 315 forest there with 20,000 trees. We ordered the third batch. You might think third batch, we haven't even launched the second batch. No, that's correct. But the third batch, the pomegranates, we have ordered the trees, so they will go up for sale very soon, probably next week. So as for other things is that we launched our mobile game and that we are almost ready to share the first footage of Nova Terra. It's in the final stages. I can't wait until we can show it. We can tell a bit more about it during the questions, but for us to show it, you have to wait a couple of more days. Other than that, we are working hard on the IDO, preparations of the IDO, talking with a lot of launch pads. We are getting traction in that. More people are finding us, so that's good. I think that's about it for operations. Charlotte, you
Right.
can.
Well then,
Or you don't.
Sorry, having
yeah,
some problems with my laptop. Sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
Jeroen,
Well,
go ahead.
I will take it over. Thanks. Yeah. First of all, thank you all for joining. I really appreciate your attention and time on this afternoon. Yeah, we've been working very hard on the marketing department with our new website. We launched it just well a couple of days ago. Yeah, very happy with the results. It's finally it's more professional. It's more human. There's more information about the company, the projects, the coins. Yeah, it really feels as a very large upgrade from this point on. We still have to figure out some technical things, but that's always the thing with new websites. You when you launch them, you will always find some things to work on in the next days. Well, since we now have the new website, we will be start doing way more marketing on online marketing. So think about the Google Ads. We'll also be implementing some interesting tracking tools. We'll be doing some campaigns with our partners as well. Since we now finally have the central point for online ready, we can finally do a lot more with that. So you will see new things coming by on the website. Beside that, we are preparing all the marketing activities for our IDO, which still has to be planned. But it's important to make all the preparations, and now we have the new website. We can finally create some new cool landing pages, setting up a lot of marketing and sales efforts for reaching our targets with the for the IDO. And that will be the focus point for the next 2 weeks. And beside that, we are working on a lot of other things as well, such as strategy for our Nova Terra. Also, mobile gaming, as William mentioned, that is finally launched, and yeah, we will be doing a lot of promotion of that as well. And furthermore, we have some nice partnerships coming up, and yeah, can't tell too much about that, but yeah, we will of course promote it as much as possible. Yeah, I think that will be it for the regarding the marketing. Yeah, well, I think we all look forward to the technical update of Nick. So Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, from the technical side, there's a lot of things happening as well. So um, I'm working on documentation because we have been doing a lot, but that shows also the importance of documenting everything we do. So yeah, I'm building this Git book that basically is like the manual for people and how to interact with the dApp. So then you have everything documented, because we are also targeting a lot of people that are non-crypto, and they yeah, they should have some manual that guides them through the dApp. So if you have never dealt with wallets, CO2 tokens, and NFTs, it can be quite overwhelming. So this is basically a tool for those people to guide them through. And everything is in the documentation, so you can find token contracts, you can find the Coorest standard, how we do everything, so to make it fully transparent. Yeah, we are also still working on the dApp. Hopefully we can get it audited. I wanted to do it this week, but they have holidays in India, and the auditing company is from India, so it has a few days delay. So we have implemented quite some new features on the dApp. One of the features is also like that you can do a batch transfer of NFTs, because now it can be quite annoying to send NFTs. So you have to send them one by one. We want to make it possible that you can send out a batch. And yeah, that could be quite convenient. If you want to send maybe 10 trees to somebody else, instead of doing it one by one, you can do it all in one transfer. Soon we will have a new UI UX, a completely new design for the dApp. So it will look much better, because now it looks really basic. It was just set up to see if all the functionalities are working. So we will have something that is more in line also with the new website. Yeah, we also started with brainstorming for a forum, because we aim to be a DAO, and then you need to have a place where you can have discussions and decision making. And that will be done inside the dApp as well, where people can post ideas, and we will have voting on certain ideas, and then it will move into the execution phase. So yeah, we are now designing that. Yeah, and that ties also into the staking, the Coorest staking. We want to do it a little bit different, because yeah, everybody knows the regular staking, you stake for rewards, but in our case, you will have multiple rewards, because you are staking your Coorest tokens, and the rewards will be paid out in Coorest tokens and in CO2 tokens. But staking has an advantage and a disadvantage, because if you stake, you lock your tokens, which is good for the project and for the price of the token, because those tokens, when they are staked, they are off the market for a while. But we are exploring this idea of liquid staking, where you basically stake your token and you get another token back. we can build other use cases around. Yeah, and that has the advantage of still being liquid. So that is something we are exploring. There's already some projects that are doing that in some other ways, but we think we can do something similar. And because we have some ideas that we can roll out in the future with this liquid staking. But yeah, I will not go into details too much. Yeah, and that's it. We are also developing the whole NFT structure for the game. It will have some, I think, some unique features also for lending and borrowing of NFTs. So that will, I think, be kind of interesting when you start playing the game, that you have the possibility to lend and borrow your NFTs. Yeah, enough about the tech, I think so.
Thank you, Nick. I will keep it short as well for the communication, so we can directly dive into the questions you guys added to the AMA questions channel. So for communications, yeah, we are really going into the phase of getting that PR machine running. I know that we all are suffering a little bit of the market right now, but that gives us the benefit that we have a lot of time of, okay, discovering our strategy towards our IDO. We have multiple projects running. We have the Novaterra that's coming up. We have the wildlife tokenization coming up. And besides that, we have our biggest goal is our IDO. In the last couple of weeks, we are hooking up with different journalists that resulted in a very cool article with Cointelegraph about the wildlife tokenization that will be published, hope today or otherwise this will be beginning this week. We also participated in a lot of AMAs. For example, yesterday we had a great AMA in the Benelux crypto community, Dutch-based, and was very cool that we could explain our story in Dutch for once. Besides that, we are creating a lot of content, videos, have a lot of meetings with new partners, but also with a lot of new projects that we are onboarding, because besides partnerships with all kinds of other blockchain projects, it's very important for us to onboard projects that want to tokenize their trees, and will be available for on the DEX very soon. Let me see what we have more. We have so much. It's really insane what we are doing the last couple of weeks. So it's very cool to see what we have achieved, and the numbers in our socials are coming up. We're not there yet, but we are really working hard. And what we have seen is what we can achieve in social notice, that we can definitely raise those engagements more in the socials. That is our main focus, because we really want to be of organizing a successful IDO, and in order to have that, we really need to have the more engagement and more people in our socials. We are working very hard on this, and we're all setting some goals for ourselves, so we really know what we are working towards with the team. Next week we have another AMA in the Asian part of the crypto space. So I'm very looking forward to that as well. And for the rest, you will be seeing all kinds of new stuff coming by on the social. So please, engage and spread the word. That would be highly appreciated. Well, that's all for now for the updates from the different departments. I would like to dive directly into the questions. If you haven't been able to set a question for this AMA, please feel free and do that in the AMA question channel. You are, feel free also to come on stage. I want to start with that. Are there any people that want to take the stage for any questions? please raise your hand and we will give you the opportunity. Okay, well, then we go straight ahead to the AMA questions. I will start off with the top. Bear with me. I have a question for teacher Javier here. When will you be releasing new NF3s to purchase? Well, like William said, the second batch is coming, and the third batch is also on the planning as well. William, do you have exact dates when the next batch will be available for sale?
Will be next week.
Next week. We do not have a
Yes.
specific date.
No, that depends on Nick and Vendley.
Okay. The second question is there a plan for the game to reward players with an NF3 at a given moment? Say when you've got to grow up successfully through three trees after purchasing at least 2 seeds. Who could take this question on?
Yeah, sorry, I was reading the question again. Is there a plan for the game to reward players with an NF3 at a given moment? Well, I don't. What we do is we use the revenue we create in game to plant more trees and to increase the reward pool. And if you purchase a seed in game in the Android game, you will get a second tree. That tree will be in game, so you can do double harvests. But there's no plan right now to reward people with an NF3 for the My Coorest tree. But I think it will be very likely that we have NFT farming pools in Novaterra in the future.
Okay, thank you. I see teacher Javier here in the audience. So I hope we have answered your questions. If not, please raise your hand and you're welcome to add anything. We'll go to the next question. Let me first link this one. Okay. So how can a company get involved to their own NF3s in their market? I mean, as 315 Guild, you might have your own design for images, your own land, and your own trees planted, or you could delegate that to Coorest. What would be the bare minimum to invest on that case? Well, that's a big question with multiple answers. As William, you are very close to the 3-1 Guild and doing this with them. Could you please answer this
Yes, we
question?
can do. Yeah, we can do all kinds of partner batches. I mean, if you have a piece of land somewhere and you want to plant an X amount of trees there, we can tokenize them. We can do the tech side of that. We can also create the image for you. But the marketing will come from your side. So if you want to sell them as NFTs, then that's up to you for now, because later we will also be offering partner NFTs in our own DApp, of course. But right now, that's not. We are still. You have to rely on third parties to do the sale of the NFTs because the development focus is on the development of the DApp and the game. So there's really not a bare minimum because if yeah, we do it together. There's no need for you to invest an X amount of money to be a partner batch. It's something that we partner up. Same with Vulcan and with 315. So there's all partners. We can create all kinds of partnership batches.
Okay, thank you. And he has one last question about the certification. Will these cover only the trees planted by Coorest?
No, we are creating a Chorus standard, and that is a competitor with the gold standard and Vera standard. And It will be called the Coorest standard, and that standard makes sure that the projects that we onboard will be audited and certified. That means that you have to comply with some rules if you want to onboard as a project, and that is mainly focused on additionality in the CO2 market. And if you comply with all the rules of the Coorest standard, then it will be a certified project, and the CO2 tokens will be certified.
Okay, well, I hope that all the questions are answered well. We're going directly to the next one. Probably Nick, this is one for you. Will the CO2 tokens in the future be exchangeable with other market initiatives?
Um, yeah, what do you mean exactly by market initiatives? Other tokens, or if it's other tokens, yes, because it's blockchain and we can make any pair that we want. So and other people can do that as well. So we are a decentralized project. People can build on our own on the CO2 tokens. So and the good thing is it's permissionless system. So if you see an opportunity yourself, you can utilize that token and create your own idea around it. So will it be exchangeable in the future? I hope so. Um, from our side, there's no specific ideas about that at this moment.
Okay, thank you, Nick. I have another one for you. When tag AMA about liquid staking?
Well, I don't know. We are still in the design phase of that. I don't know when. Soon. Let's see how that goes. Because it's still early. We have a rough idea how we want to do it. But let's say in the next AMA, I think we can dive a little bit deeper about this concept. So when is the next AMA? In 2 weeks again?
Yeah, that could be a possibility. We could definitely put that as a topic in the next AMA.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, we have a next question of Kaidik. Will future NFTs be minted on the upcoming Elysium blockchain? Well, that's a cool one. Or somebody?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it exactly works yet. The Elysium blockchain. There would be some technical challenges for sure because we would have to look into NFT token bridges. Because in the end, our smart contract is active on Polygon. So if you have an NFT in your wallet, log in on our dApp, and then you have to claim CO2 tokens. So if we mint on, let's say, Elysium, we have to figure out a way to bring those tokens as well to Elysium. So it's still early days, and it would require some technical, innovative approach from our side to make that possible. But it's definitely interesting to explore.
Okay, well, I should just keep an eye on what we're doing, and you will soon know if that's going to be a possibility. The next question about Nova Terra. When will land sales take place? I know that a lot of you are asking and very curious about this. William?
That's a good question. I like to say next month, so within 6 weeks, I hope. before we will be planting in Spain, the land still will go up. It's developing so super fast that a lot of good things are happening. So I think it will be up within a couple of weeks.
Yes, and that would probably answer directly the other questions as well. How whitelisting will take place and what will be the price of one plot of land.
Yeah, the price will be $200 per plot, and it's good to know that 30% of the funds will be used to plant trees for the reward pool, because the rewards that we pay out will be in CO2, and that means that the more trees we plant, or the more minting fees we get, or trading fees we get, the more the rewards will be for the players. And whitelisting, everybody with the meta ring from Venly is automatically whitelisted, and everybody that owns at least one NFT in all the batches will also be whitelisted. And after that, it will be up for the public to buy them up.
Yeah, great. I have one question from Mary, and I see she's also in the audience. She says, "When will the game be available for iPhone users? But which game do you exactly mean?"
Yeah, I guess
You
she means the Coorest tree. Kenji, our Unity developer, is filtering out the last bugs in the Android version. He has some cool updates to keep it more interactive. There will be mini games and Easter eggs to find. Some UI changes to the game, and after that we will bridge it to iOS, and it will be we will publish it on the Apple Store. And Novaterra will be is a desktop game, so it won't be it won't be playable on mobile.
Okay, well, I think we all gone through the questions that were put in the AMA channel. Are there any other questions from the audience that would like to be asked? I see we have a question. Please come to the stage.
What's up, everybody? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Well, quick introductory. My name is Austin. I'm one of the community managers at Venly. So, woohoo, go the meta ring. That's kind of what I do. So super excited to be partnering with you all, and I love what you're doing. And I did come a bit late because we kind of had our own AMA, so I kind of missed maybe a bulk of the questions. But hopefully, you can answer my question. So my question is, so how do you plan to coordinate the market for the hopefully I say it right, the CO2 tokens? How do you plan to coordinate the market that you all are creating with the global market? So for example, right, let's say this company that operates in the United States has to purchase carbon credits that have to go through some type of process through the U.S. government, right? I don't know how carbon credits work, so maybe you can correct me. But I guess how do you essentially so if I have a tree, right, and I generate this token and I'm able to sell it on the open market, how is that actually coordinated with the global market that already exists for CO2 emissions? If that makes sense. Hopefully I used the right terminology.
Yeah, so it's basically simple. What we're going to do is at a certain moment when we have accumulated enough CO2 tokens, we will open up a pool, a liquidity pool. And other people that, let's say if there's a project that is onboarded, they are free to sell their tokens OTC to some business or other person if they want. And we want to facilitate the trading of CO2 via liquidity pool that we will set up at a certain moment.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, that perfectly answers my question. Thank you all.
And yeah, the advantages of that is that basically it's a global market, right? So the blockchain is a global financial network, and everybody can come and trade the tokens. Now the carbon credits market are limited to a region, which I find a little bit weird, because why there's different CO2 price, especially if you are planting all over the world, why we should have a different price for CO2, right?
Yeah.
I find that I think, in my opinion, also shows the inefficiency of the carbon credits market.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that. That's why I was asking, because I'm like, it would make sense to have some kind of like global database of all the carbon being emitted. That way there can be a global market for it, which is kind of like what the whole purpose of like Web3 and crypto is. But I guess that's where my question was stemming from, is like, how do we plan on like making this something that is global, but liquidity pools make sense of, basically you're saying like once the liquidity pool reaches a certain amount, we will be able to like, I guess, coalesce into the global market. Is that kind of how the liquidity pool aspect of it works?
Now, at a certain moment, the price will be determined by supply and demand. So because there will be a constant emission of CO2 tokens. People are claiming that, and then they can burn it, or they can sell it, and then there's other people that are interested in maybe just buying CO2 tokens instead of NFTs, because there's two ways to get a CO2 token. Either you buy a tree, or you buy the CO2 token directly, and a company might be interested in hedging itself against higher CO2 prices by owning the NFTs. The only thing is that you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can claim the CO2 tokens. So there's another option is, okay, let's say I need to compensate for something right now, and you need to buy CO2 tokens. Then you can go into this liquidity pool, and that liquidity pool hopefully will facilitate that trading of people interested in compensating in the short term.
Yeah. Okay. No, that definitely makes sense. Thank you for your response. That like helps me kind of contextualize a little bit. Cool. Well, yeah. I guess I'll just finish off by saying, super glad with what you all are doing. I'm a big like environment supporter. I like to breathe air and stuff. So I'm super like stoked about trees and what you all are doing. But like, yeah. Thanks for answering my question. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Great question. I have one question in the chat, and it says that will there be any NFT-friendly wallet development plans to provide ease of use to bulk NFT holders and businesses? So I believe the question is there going to be a possibility to be, yeah, a simple way to buy a lot of NFTs in once? If I didn't got the question right, please come to the stage, Anoop, and explain further. Are you there? Yes, he is. I will bring him to the stage. Just a moment. Hi, Anoop, please go ahead. You have to unmute yourself.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
You're right, Charlotte. That was my question. I want to know when, let's say, companies are starting to buy multiple NFTs from multiple projects, and they want to sort it out. They want to know the location of the trees, the status of the trees once in a while, and they want to buy trees and all that. Is it possible to have a wallet for that?
Didn't really understand because my
Specific? You
it
mean a
has.
specific wallet, Anoop?
No, right now we are using a third-party wallet, right? So maybe in the future we could have our own wallet for the purpose of holding bulk NFTs.
Well, I was not planning on developing my own wallet. That's a lot of work. We can ask Fenley if they can help us out. Um, because to develop a wallet it's another expertise. I think that it's better to collaborate with a partner to make that possible. But so I think Fenley is also working on making it possible to do a bulk buying of NFTs. But yeah, so but for the part of holding multiple trees in your wallet, that's already possible, and in the dApp you will be able to claim the CO2 for all the trees that you hold. So that is already, I think, an advantage.
But how about purchases? Right now, we can purchase NFTs in bulk, or I mean, let's say we purchase from Venly. Is there an option for bulk orders?
Yeah, we have to. I'm talking to Venly to make that possible. That people can buy in bulk. That's something that is in the works right now.
So that's good. Thank you.
Did that answer your question, Anoop?
Yes, yes. Right.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Well, that were all the questions that I found in the AMA channel. I don't know if anyone else has a question. If not, I just want to ask Jeroen, and I don't know if I caught you off guard. I'm just very curious. Can you just share some experience, how you experienced the last couple of months with this crazy time of Coorest?
Yeah, well, it's been absolutely crazy. Every day, every week, there's something new. Well, new or things that need to like be picked up like immediately. Yeah, I think that one of the most beautiful things is that we started in, let's say, Q3 last year. Um, and it almost feels normal that the company has like multiple teams. We have HR, we have marketing, we have tech, we have like legal. It's sometimes it's just crazy to realize where we begin just within 1 year. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the future, which how where are we in the next 6 months. And I think that a lot of things will happen. A lot of great projects will come to life, and I think that with the IDO coming up in the next couple of months, I think we will go even quicker. Yeah, I'm really excited. I every day when I wake up, then I think about, okay, wow, let's go for it, and yeah, it gives a lot of energy. Sometimes it's also hard when you're working again late at night, but when you're in bed, you're like, okay, wow, we're doing something great over here. So yeah, it's a roller coaster, but yeah, I'm getting a lot of energy of it, and yeah, I think we are doing something good for the world as well.
Yeah, definitely. And we have an awesome team. We have an awesome group of people surrounding us, and yeah, so that's a good question. Where will Coorest be in the next couple of months? It's very unpredictable, but I think only the way is up, and we are working hard to do so. So, if William and Nick, do you guys have anything to add?
No, I don't think so. I think the next couple of weeks will be very interesting,
Yeah.
especially with with the games coming up. So I think there will be a lot of good news.
Yeah, so my advice, stay tuned. Watch out for us.
We are just trying to develop as many use cases for the Coorest token as possible. Because the more you can do, the better it is.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, that's all for today. Our AMA of Friday, 4 p.m. will be closed. I wish you all a very, very good weekend. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your time. And we look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.